we can do with Kamigawa now, with the new legend. The suggestion, by the way, in Venice came from Zvi Mauschwitz.
Interesting.
Yeah, he mentioned it to Mark. He mentioned it to me. Mark and I came back from the Pro Tour. We're like, you know what? I think Zvi's just right. This would be a better rule. And at the same time, the designers were just starting to work on Champions, and they were thinking about having a Legend theme, so it all just kind of dovetailed together really nicely.
These aren't removed, right?
Anything
Go.
back to you? It's got to be good for Pavon that they're just sitting here, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the scary thing is that either player can drag it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Speaking of
Can we turn Justin's mic on for an update, Bruce?
speaking of cards that randomly swing games. Look, I have dragon. Look, I have dragon.
Yeah, got a quick update from the back match. Naughton's currently at 12 to Agura's 20. It was your typical aggressive start with a Sledder, War Chief, Click Slither. Those guys got taken out by a Wrath, and then Siege Gang followed up. Slide's trying to deal with Siege Gang tokens, and seems like he's having a little trouble doing it.
All right, so Agura's still on the offensive there. Now
Yeah.
has not yet stabilized,
Not yet stabilized. He's,
but anybody's game.
yeah, I mean the slide's out there. He can, as soon as if he drops a witness, then obviously he's right back in this game. He's still got 12 life to play around with, but he is facing off against the Siege Gang, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out.
All right, thanks for the update.
Cards.
Great.
3.
Seething Song.
What's that? Yeah, I will. I was distracted by something else. Sorry.
I actually saw the strangest
Can you get a view
Affinity
of
Mirror
Gino
play
Komodo over
the other
Agura's
day.
shoulder on the back table, or is that too hard to do?
What happened? Paul Reitzel was playing against I believe it was a Japanese
Okamoto
player
is
who
a Japanese
who was
player
playing
over
the,
his
it
shoulder.
was the Affinity Mirror on day 3.
Yes.
And Paul's opponent cast Seething Song. And Paul was like, "Oh, okay, this game's over." And then his opponent played
yeah, it was the first
off
guy.
the Seething Song.
Yeah, that's it.
We played Moriok Rigger and Mirror Retrieval. And your opponent's like Seething Song. You get really upset.
Oh,
You're
there-
gonna lose for Dragon, but no, it's Rigger Retrieval.
There's a good look at Jin Okamoto, the man who has tutored Ryo Ogura, the man who gave Ryo the tiger shirt that he's wearing today. Second place at the last Worlds. Oh, and right next to him is Toshinori Sugihara. That's their Magic Online champion. Both of them staring down on Ryo Ogura, wearing the tiger shirt that Jin played to a second place finish last year. So Ogura mentored at the feet of Jin, wearing his shirt. We'll see. We'll definitely be keeping you updated on that match. Standing over the tiger shoulder.
I gotta think some more and yeah.
Meanwhile, Seething Song from A.O. Paquette. Very scary. Bavand is, hold please. I need to think.
I think he's figuring out if he can condescend the Seething Song.
Is that what he's thinking about? He's got, what's his permission lineup? He's got Mana Leak,
4 condescend. I don't know if he brought it in. Seems unlikely.
4 Condescends in the main, 4 leaks in the board. Why would you condescend the song rather than the dragon itself?
By condescending the song, you prevent the chance that you Paquette could have another song and like pay for your condescend. I don't know.
Yeah, but if he's gonna sink all his mana into the dragon, right?
True.
Nice.
This is a
Or 6.
He does condescend the seething song for 6.
That's.
What do you think?
I guess that actually.
Countered.
I guess he wants to scry.
Scry.
Yeah, that's why you do it, I guess. But I mean, he was going to play the dragon, right?
Yeah,
I don't understand why you don't go ahead and get the dragon.
I don't know either.
Cards 2.
3.
3. Yeah, okay.
What's the life totals?
Total 15 euro 20.
By the way,
Result.
we just had an update from our spotter on the floor. You wanted him to look at A.O. Paquette's sideboard. Guess what's in Manuel Bavon's sideboard?
Wouldn't be much of a guess because I heard the same spotter report as you. But
4 Kirkland
I'll humor you.
Ironworks,
Let's go.
4 Mirror Incubators. He sideboarded out the
That's-
entire
that's
combo.
pretty crazy. He apparently is just a furnace dragon.
He's a
deck.
dragon deck. And there is the dragon. He condescended the seething song on
Yep.
the other side so that he could play his own dragon.
Here. No, you're not taking any mana?
Sorry?
Okay. Then we're fine.
Paquette doesn't draw any mana, picks up his board. Everybody picks up their board. Everything goes to the graveyard with the
Ah,
exception of 1 Furnace
Remove from the
Dragon
game.
from Manuel Pavon.
Alright.
Glimmer Void dies at the end of turn.
Yeah. Go.
And A.O. Paquette scoops him up. So Manuel Pavon's dragon plan is good enough to even this match. 1 game apiece. He looks pretty happy about it too. There you go. Manuel Pavon evens it 1 game apiece. We'll swing back around to check on Julian Naughton and Rio Ogura on the back table.
Yeah. There were so many possibilities.
Naughton is at 9 now.
You could have
Ogura's at 20.
screwed me
Naughton's
a
been
million ways.
struggling to get control of this match. He has an Astral Slide, but Ogura keeps smashing with dragons. Looks like Ogura's got some stuff in the red zone. Dragon
Sorry.
goblins.
He
Sorry.
wishes he was smashed.
I don't know,
with
Black
dragon.
Wow.
So there they are. Ogura on the left from Japan, Naughton from the Netherlands. What's in play, Justin? Astral Slide on one side, Goblin War Chief on the other. A couple soldier tokens come into play from the Cycle Decree of Justice. Down goes War Chief.
And it begins the march of the soldiers.
What's the score up there?
Oh, there's
Ooh.
Eternal Witness.
When you're
Looks
playing
like-
goblins and you're getting attacked, things aren't going well.
It's true.
I'm sorry?
When you're playing Slide and you've got Eternal Witness for cycling cards, they are. Yeah, it looks like we got here just for the end. Julian Naughton sure looks like he's going to be able to take a 2-1 lead. I don't know if what Rio Ogura's got up his sleeve. Does he have anything that can get him out of this situation?
Don't really
It's just
think
like
so.
he can go to the dome with Charbelcher. It's about all he's got
it's-
left, right?
I mean, it's pretty tough to race those soldier tokens and the ring of faith.
And the red deck can't exactly remove it. It can't from the board, so.
No sir. And that's game.
Yep, there you go. Julian Naughton wins game 3, gets up the combo, survives the Goblin Onslaught, and takes the lead. Do we have commercials? Yeah. Can we go to commercials? Okay. So, sure. So, 2-1 Julian Mountain wins that match. You like his chances in that semifinal?
Certainly. I mean, he has a solid deck against the aggressive Goblin strategy. I mean, the Circle Protection Red's in his sideboard that only Charbelcher can get through. And I mean, he has all the answers, really. I mean, he has the Oxidizers to stop the Nexus and the Charbelcher that could sneak through. I mean, he just has a really solid deck for the matchup, and I mean, he's playing very well. So I think he's certainly a favorite to move on to the finals.
All right, well, both matches are shuffling up for their next game, so we're going to take a quick break, show some Magic commercials, and we'll be right back with more semifinal coverage.
See you soon.
At Magic the Gathering's research facility, experts test combat strategies using subjects selected from the general public.
Jeez! Where do you get these kids? Play my card, you moron! I'm unblockable! What are you waiting for? An invitation?
Magic the Gathering, the trading card game.
You ready to feel the pain?
Dear Magic the Gathering, I'm returning your stupid goblin card. He's weak. Can't you make him less of a weenie? Signed, Jason Black.
Giant growth.
Magic the Gathering, the trading card game.
Well, Jason, what do you think?
Every day at Magic's game testing facility, crack geneticists are hard at work engineering new creatures to help you annihilate your opponent. Of course, mistakes do happen. Magic the Gathering. Beat your friends.
Yeah, hey. Now, we just watched the end of the Naughton-Ogura match, and it looked like it was a pretty savage beating. But there was actually a really interesting turn. I talked to Paul Sodasati, who was watching the match. There was some considerable play skill that got involved in how that turned out. Now, Ogura had played a War Chief on turn 3. Julian had the option to play Astral Slide, chose not to. Waited on the turn. The turn gets passed back to Ogura. Ogura now has in hand Sharpshooter, Sledder, and Siege Gang. He seems like he's afraid of Wrath of God, so he chooses to play the Sharpshooter and the Sledder, attacks with everybody because of the War Chief. Julian, because he was sitting back, didn't play Astral Slide, had the Wing Shards, completely wrecked him. So because of those plays on both sides, that ended up turning out to mean the whole game later on.
The kid can play.
Apparently.
Julian Mountain can play. So we are here with the semifinals. A.O. Paquette and Manuel Bavand are ready for their third game, one game apiece, to see who goes to the finals to play for the world title. Who do you like here?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, after
sideboard
that game and seeing how AO chose to sideboard, I'm really not certain that I like his chances. It just seems like he's just going with the wrong overall strategy in the matchup.
Okay. Well, he leads with a worker. You think he should have cranial platings and he just shouldn't be relying on Dragon?
Absolutely. I mean, his opponent is playing. I mean, he's basically trying to play the same strategy as his opponent, with just less consistent cards to make it happen. His opponent has more card drawing. His opponent has more acceleration. It just seems like a losing proposition.
Well, we'll see how it does him here. We'll also get an update on whether Bavand is playing any games with his sideboard. He won with the Dragon in Game 2, and he made no changes. So both players have exactly the same sideboard setup they had in Game 2.
Yep.
I mean, this just doesn't look like a game that Paquette can really play to win. I mean, his opponent has counter magic, more card drawing, and the same combo he has. it just attacking for one with a worker here and there isn't going to get the job done.
Good.
Worker and Frogmite, is that going to get it done?
It is 3 damage rather than 1. But I mean, if he plating here, I mean, that's an actual clock. It actually puts Vivant in a position where he has to do
No
something.
blocks.
As it is, it's just giving him all the time in the world.
Or, no, radio 20 minimal.
So if Paquette loses and Naughton wins, is Naughton the Rookie of the Year? Or does he have to win the whole thing to pass Kazay?
I don't know.
Kazay, I forget, I didn't see how exact. I think I have the team standings. I can figure out how many points Kazay got. Oh, Kazay was on the French team, so he got 3 points. Naughton was on the Dutch team, so he got 4 points.
Cards.
So one
Two.
more point out of the team competition than the French got.
Because they come in with 26, I believe.
Kazay came in with 26.
Did he get any additional points from the individual competition?
Yep.
I don't think so.
The extra points, they're hard to come by these days.
Top 128 is certainly not a given.
I don't see him on the.
124th.
Aha.
So Kazay got 3 points there. So he got 3 points plus
So he has 32.
3 points. So he has 32. Naughton has
He had 6 coming in, I believe.
he had 5 coming in, is
5.
what I was told.
So he
He
does
got-
have to win, I believe.
He got 5 plus 4 is 9. If he gets
Oh, he would have
24,
33.
he would have 33. So he
Mhm.
would win by
Uh-huh.
1 point.
Yep.
All right, so assuming our information is correct, Julian Naughton would win Rookie of the Year if he and not A.O. Paquette make the finals. So both players still very much alive. All they have to do is win their semifinal and finish ahead of the other guys.
20. Well,
Bavand is down to 12.
I'm at
Yep.
12.
What happened to the Ravager? Did it get condescended? Or
Thirst for knowledge from Bavand.
I mean, this just isn't the scary affinity deck. I mean,
Well, he never has Ravager in play anyway.
but I mean,
Cranial plating,
If he
sure.
had cranial plating, I mean, if he'd resolved the cranial plating on turn 2 or 3,
Mhm.
Vaughn would be dead.
It's true.
Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, it seems like it might just be a better strategy for
8.
him to not have the dragons in his deck and just
Go ahead.
play the annuls and try and stop Vaughn from being able to get out his fast mana and his prisms and such. I don't know.
So Taipan wants to know how realistic Neuton's chances are for making Rookie of the Year. What do you think?
I mean, he has to win one game.
Do you like him?
It seems pretty good to me.
All right.
I said go.
Yeah.
Update on the back match. 2 Goblin Sharpshooters and 2 Prospectors and Goblin Piledriver all in play for Rio Ogura. But there is now an Achroma's Vengeance on the stack. Julian Naughton, ladies and gentlemen, 15 years
Classy.
old, could be the youngest world champion ever.
That's fine.
Could be the youngest Pro Tour champion ever, for that matter.
At 3.
Indeed.
3.
51st Pro Tour. We've never had a 15-year-old win.
So, Paquette just blasted Bavand, leaving Bavand at 8. Is that? Oh, he's at 3
He's
now.
at 3. The Shrapnel Blast, did that Shrapnel Blast resolve?
Yeah, I believe
Yes,
so.
it did. So Manuel Bavand's at 3, and
I
Paquette's
think
about to untap.
I think that was just an incorrect move of his counter there. I think he definitely wanted to put the modular counter either on his Nexus or on his Frogmite, because that allows him to either just have a bigger Nexus in case of Dragon, or have his Frogmite be able to withstand a power
How
cloud.
does Pavon survive this attack though?
He doesn't.
Okay, yeah, he just doesn't. He just loses, right? Shrapnel Blast and the attack is good enough. Manuel Pavon could not come up with his Dragon, and A.O. Paquette takes a 2-1 lead. The little beatdown over the course of enough turns is good enough. So A.O. Paquette is up 2-1. Julian Naughton is up 2-1. They're looking for the all-rookie final. We'll see if we can... Oh, well, let's try to get an update down to Justin Gary. It looks like Game 4 has actually ended in the back. Justin looks like he's talking to the guys, trying to figure out what happens. We'll try to get you the news. Yeah, Julian Naughton was up 2-1. All right, let's go to Justin. What happened?
Yeah. Yep, some of the details are still a little sketchy here, but basically, as I was saying, there were two sharpshooters in play, one of which was summoning sick, and about four other goblins, including Prospector, to be able to sack. So when Julian Vengeanced,
Right.
he had to take a lot of damage from the sharpshooter
Sure.
in response. Also, the Vengeance made Julian lose his own Cop Red and Astral Slide.
Oof.
If it had been Wrath of God, he almost certainly would have won the game, but because it was Vengeance, he had to tap out, he had to lose his enchantments, and he took so much damage from the sharpshooter, Goro was able to finish him off soon after that.
Did he come down with like a War Chief on the next turn while he was
Was
untapped?
it a War
or-
Chief next, or it was Click Slither and
Click
Goblin
Slither.
Slither.
Yeah, that'll do
that
it.
was what finished him off.
Flick Slither comes down, hasty, and they're going to Game 5. Thanks for the update, Justin.
Yep.
Wow.
Why does a Click Slither eat goblins anyway?
Can't you look at the art? He's crawling along the mountainside, sticking his little claws into the goblin caves. Like the art shows him digging in the caves for little tasty goblin snacks.
Okay,
He actually literally eats them.
all right. That was my question. You don't have to get all huffy about it.
Let's watch the back game and not hold anything.
If there were to be a dolphin, what creature type would it be?
A dolphin?
Yes.
There wouldn't be a dolphin
Why not?
because Magic is a game fought between two wizards
But
standing on
if
the land.
there were, theoretically speaking,
The dolphin would. It can't breathe air. It would just flop on the battlefield and die.
sort of like a sea monster.
We haven't reprinted Sea Monster in many years.
I haven't played enough 8th edition draft to really know.
I don't think. Is there a Sea Monster in 8th?
I'm just curious what
There might
type
be.
it would be. I think sea monster is an 8.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Good point though.
That's why I can't attack. You can just defend. You have the little moat guarding your side of the battlefield.
But if they have an island, you can attack. Smash you. Sea monster's a gigantic game. He's a large fellow.
All right, we're gonna watch Game 5 on the back table. We're gonna watch Julian Naughton and Ryo Ogura. The winner of this game is through to the finals. We'll also be keeping you updated on the front table, where A.O. Paquette needs one of the next 2 games to get through to the finals. Naughton looks over. Always seems right on top of it. He's very sort of composed for a 15-year-old. That just doesn't seem 15.
Go.
He's confident. He's, he'll look you straight in the eye. He's never shuffling around. He's always understanding everything that's going on around him. Rampant growth on turn 2.
So good.
Thanks. Go.
Okura's got, is that a prospector?
Extensive shuffling. Rampant resolve.
19.
No, it's also 19.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
no second land. Just a prospector and a sledder from Ryo Ogura.
That is
There's a rail full of Japanese players that are not happy about this development. Itaru Ishida and Jin Okamoto looking on. Toshinori Shigihara, the Magic Online qualifier, next to them. Ogura's got a bit of a slouch. Tiger,
Cycle. Gain 2.
renewed faith for Naughton. He's digging through his deck.
Spin.
Can we get a crowd shot, Bruce?
I don't think those two
Yeah.
2/1/1s are going to be able to take down Nugent.
Go.
Pretty good crowd gathered here in the World's Hall. Get a look at some of the guys. There's Gerard Fabiano, a couple of Americans
There's the
waving
Railbird
from the back
himself,
of the audience.
Yaron Remy. There's a guy with a goatee.
Yeah, we do this every Pro Tour, so if the Pro Tour comes near you, show up on Sunday. You can watch the action, listen to us live.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Rio Ogura sacrificed both of his one mana goblins, got a War Chief into play. So both through the Prospector. Still only the one land though, but War Chief will help a little bit. Mountain responds by cycling Eternal Dragon for planes. Token 665 wants to know if that's Mike Turian on the computer next to AO, and it is indeed. The Great Potato is doing the feature match coverage for MagicGathering.com, so you can read his version of these events in text form shortly after the match.
Huh. Nice card. Circle red and 6 lands against Warchief Mountain.
Looking pretty good for the next Dutch star. That many people in the Netherlands. How do they have so many amazing Magic players?
It's because they're so tall.
This, I gotta say, Julian Naughton is the first Dutch player in a long time that I'm taller than. It's very, very
He's 15.
momentous occasion for me. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm finally taller than a Dutch Magic player. This will last for what? Another couple months before he keeps growing?
Probably.
Go.
He's gonna wind up 6'7" like the rest of them. They are the tallest people in the world, right?
Yeah, I think the average Dutch man is 6'3" or something absurd like that. Goo.
Wow.
That was
Done one pile driver. Take
Ogura's actually getting
7.
his beat on. Finally found a second mount, and down came 2 different pile drivers, so got some damage through while Neuton had his mana tapped.
Cycle.
still sitting pretty. He got 7 land and a circle red.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty hard for
It was just the best turn Ogoya could
yeah, I
have.
mean, it was his best possible turn, and I don't think it's gonna be good enough. Glide, perhaps.
Go.
Just says go.
Hmm.
It's scary to tap mana.
I mean, he could leave. I guess if he leaves 3 open, he could face another 2 pile drivers
Right.
and take a lot.
And then, you know, if he's not careful, all of a sudden Nexus damage starts to matter.
Going to go. 3.
So Ogura plays a
Afraid of wing
Sparksmith
shards here, I believe.
Yeah, he's a little afraid of... He's got to send everybody, though,
Yeah.
right? Like, why did he play the Sparksmith if he's not going to attack with it? Is he going to leave it back to ping a soldier token?
I guess so.
Those 3 guys.
I mean, now wing charge is actually really painful.
Yeah, yeah. Wing Charge is really good here. There's Frank Karsten in the crowd. He's actually the guy who spent the most time playing Magic with Julian Naughton. What I understand, the Karsten Affinity deck that everybody's been talking about, how Frank Karsten broke the format by putting Ether Vials in. Julian Naughton's the one who told him to put Ether Vials in the deck.
Let's see.
Cycle a dragon.
And to think everyone mocked Svi for his obsession with Aether Vials so many months ago.
Yeah, it's fair. Svi had them at Pro Tour Kobe. He was probably the first one.
Just imagine if he bought up every Aether Vial back then, when no one thought it was good.
Aren't they common?
They're uncommon.
Uncommon. They were common
And they're
initially.
very good for deploying Luminous Angels.
Yeah, Camille was doing that. He had Aether Vial Unlimited. His opponent had Condescend, and he just Aether Vialed out Luminous Angel. Good tech. I think Camille played Aether Vial in 15 of the 18 rounds this weekend. Meanwhile, Newton
Cards in hand.
cycling his dragon, building out planes. It's hard enough to overwhelm a Cop Red. Now if your opponent's got Eternal Dragon shenanigans. I think he does not want to pick up the dragon, though. He is not willing to commit 5 on his upkeep. Skeptical Mario wants to know why Relentless Rats wasn't made a basic creature. We're so hot on super types. Funny part is we actually talked about that. We did consider having basic creature. I don't even remember why we did it this way. You'd have to ask one of our rules guys. But we talked about it.
Does Academy kill another Academy now?
Yeah. Academy kills the other Academy.
Talk about craziness.
Ogura shoves 2 pile drivers, a War Chief, and a Nexus into the red zone. Naughton oxidizes the Nexus. And, meanwhile on table 1, A.O. Paquette went for Furnace Dragon, but Manuel Bavon had the mana leak, so threat answered. Manuel Bavon does not want to lose Dragon advantage.
End of turn. I cycle this. Make 1 guy. I draw a card.
Mountain cycles, makes a soldier. Leap Crush Leap wants to know when last time we had such a young dude in the top 8 was. I believe the answer is Ben Rubin.
I think so.
Ben Rubin was 15 when he made the finals in 1998. Lost to Brian Seldman that match. Rubin,
He is a grizzled veteran.
grizzled veteran of what, like 23 or something? 21?
Take 3 and 11, PO 19.
There's the Japanese squad looking on. Oh, and Jelger Vigersma. He had both sides represented. The Dutch and the Japanese. Wrath of God. Finally, Julian Naughton sweeps the board. And taps out for Eternal Witness.
Tree of Justice. Go.
Gets back to Kree. Meanwhile, Ryo Ogura still only has 2 mountains. And he says go.
Like some angels.
Angels? You think it's angels here, not soldiers?
Angels are awesome.
A.O. Paquette goes for another Furnace Dragon on table 1.
2 angels.
And it resolves.
Can I use these eyes or?
Both rookies may be about to clinch. A.O.
Goblins
Paquette's
are
up 2-1 in that match, so.
On your side, it's okay. Yeah. Excuse me, Scott. Angels.
Yeah, he goes for angels. How many angels did he get? 3?
Thanks.
2.
Go.
2 angels.
This is tough.
Couple of 4/4 flyers for Julian Naughton. Blink Moth Nexus. And go from Ryo Ogura. The angels smash into the red zone. Now I'm just looking over, almost like he's not sure he believes this. Really going to the finals of the World Championships?
Okay. Deck 6.
This game is over.
Nexus chump blocks Angel. I have no idea how Naughton could possibly lose. Adds a dragon
Go.
to the assault. Should be next turn. Oh, look at the smile. Starting to sneak out. There it is. He's happy. Pumps the fist. Julian Mountain, 15 years old, through to the World Championship final. In addition, Ao Paquette, 18 years old, also through to the finals.
Battle for the Rookie of the Year.
The battle for the World Championship will also be the battle for Rookie of the Year. Wow. Whew, quite the semifinal. So here's what's going to happen the rest of the day. We are going to take a lunch break right now. We're going to show you a pretty amazing match of Magic, actually, the 2000 World Championships between John Finkel and Bob Maher. We will be back in 1 hour. An hour from now, Brian and I do a little bit of pregame, and we're going to switch to the World's Team Championship. It'll be Belgium taking on Germany for the World's Team Championship title. After they draft and play out their match, we'll bring back the kids. Ao Paquette of Canada against Julian Mountain of the Netherlands. The winner will be the 2004 World Champion. And oh, by the way, the winner will also be the Rookie of the Year. Some real fresh blood here. Wow. All right, we're going to go get some lunch. We hope you stay tuned, and we'll see you in an hour with the World's Team Final.
I'm here with Camille Cornelissen, who has just made the top 8 of